Stop chasing massive changes. This one small change could actually provide you the breakthrough that you need. Sometimes on your self-care and personal development journey, you think that you need to do these big, massive actions in order to make a positive shift in your life. Well, I want to talk about different ways that small actions can actually lead to big change. Be sure to stick around to the end of the video because, as always, I have suggested activities and more resources for you in case this is exactly where you are on your self-care and personal development journey. If you don't know who I am, allow me to briefly introduce myself. My name is Aaron. I am a certified life coach, and I specialize in practical and metaphysical ways for you to create shift and transformation in your life. This video is a part of my habits and goal achievement series where I'm teaching you different practical and metaphysical methods in order to develop new habits, break old habits, achieve your goals, and create shift and transformation in your life. So let's go ahead and dive in. Now, if you've been to any of my live workshops where I talk to you about developing your own system for change, I often talk about brainstorming new ideas for problems and problem solving. I talk about developing new habits and breaking old habits. I often teach you about how to break your big goals down into small goals. And one of the common themes that I often talk about is the power of small actions. Let's first talk about small actions as motivation. Sometimes when you choose the most complicated goal to go after, it actually creates a lot of tension. You find that if you don't get that done, then you feel really bad about not committing to what it is you said you were going to do. So often when I have you brainstorm new ideas, new ways, and new opportunities, I tell you to pick 1 to 3 of those smallest, easiest things that you can do. Why? Because you want to create consistency. And if you're choosing the most complicated thing to do, then you may not always have the energy to do that, and that's going to break your consistency. If you break that consistency, you're going to get down in the dumps. You'll get into this repetitive cycle of feeling like, oh, I'm not doing enough. I'm not making any change. I'm not seeing any change. And then you'll just give up. So by doing the opposite and selecting the small action, the small activity, the easiest thing that you can do, this is going to create more motivation because you'll be able to get that done at the end of the day when you're doing some other activity like your gratitude journaling. You'll self-reflect and say, I'm so happy and appreciative that I completed today. In acknowledging that, you'll feel like, okay, I did something good today. I achieved what I set out to do today. I can do that again tomorrow. So day after day of doing those small actions, you'll notice that you're actually creating motivation, creating momentum, and creating positive, massive, big change in your life. The second way that small actions can help you is by developing micro habits. Micro habits are just that, small little things that you do every day, small things that you are doing to create massive change. So say you're working on your health and fitness. Instead of feeling like, oh, I have to go to the gym every day, I have to hire a personal trainer right off the bat. What about if you started with drinking a glass of water in the morning or warm water with lemon juice? If you said, you know what, I'm gonna go on a walk in the afternoon. Maybe you have a dog and you say, I'm going to start taking my dog on longer walks than I normally do. That way the dog can get the exercise in, I can get a little bit of movement in. It could be something like investigating new blogs that feature healthy foods and healthy recipes to get you inspired on changing your diet or trying something new. So of course, these are just a few examples, but I hope you can pick up what I'm putting down. It could relate to any of those 7 areas of life that I often talk about: health and fitness, relationships, career, finance, personal development, spirituality, or recreation. And you can stack those micro habits on top of each other. One thing I often talk about is having a morning and an evening routine. Your morning and evening routine is time and space that you set aside to do a collection of those small things, those small actions, those micro habits. That way, once again, you're developing that consistency, you're developing that motivation, and this is leading you to massive change. Another way that small actions lead to massive change or big change in your life is preventing exhaustion. This kind of goes back to the first thing that I talked about, the motivation. But sometimes when we feel like we have to do just the biggest, most complicated, the craziest thing that we can think of in order to actually make change, all this does is lead you to feeling overworked, overwhelmed, exhausted, and a stressed out mess, and you end up quitting. Now, I'm here giving you the tips, tools, and techniques that you can use for your self-care and personal development journey. But have you ever wondered about the crystal jewelry that I wear in my videos? I make handmade crystal jewelry, crystal-coated incense, and Florida waters, along with digital products like the self-help workbooks in my Higher Alignment metaphysical shop. I'll put the link in the description box below. Go ahead and check it out. And now back to your tutorial. You've heard me say this word over and over and over in this video: consistency. Consistency in small things that you are doing every day or that you are doing often is going to actually make bigger and more massive change than something you're trying to do that's complicated or that heavy lifting and you only do it every once in a while. If you are overworking and exhausting yourself, chances are you're not going to stick with it. You're probably stressing yourself out because you're overloading your nervous system to the point where it's hard for your body to bring itself back into mental and emotional equilibrium. Then you think about your end goal. What is your end goal? Probably to improve your well-being in some specific way, to improve your life, to offer yourself more freedom, more flexibility, more joy, and more fun. But if you are exhausted, overwhelmed, overworked, and stressed out, you're probably not going to be able to enjoy that end goal anyway. So by doing the smallest, easiest thing, you're taking that pressure off yourself and you are helping yourself to prevent that exhaustion and feeling overwhelmed. Now, I told you to stick around to the end because I was going to have some additional resources and tips and techniques for you. The one that I want to first draw your attention to is gratitude journaling. I briefly mentioned it earlier in this video, but gratitude journaling is an amazing technique that you can do at the end of the day while you're in bed to help you self-reflect on your small actions that have helped you win big today. It's going to help you take the negative things in your life and turn them around. You're going to find more opportunities, more blessings, and more abundance. It's going to help you create that motivation, that inspiration, and that sustainability that's going to lead you to the finish line. I have an entire tutorial on gratitude journaling, so I'm going to post that here and link it above for you. I would highly suggest that you check it out. The other two resources that I have for you are going to be the Personal Inquiry Inventory Workbook. It has more than 50 pages of journaling prompts, self-exploration exercises, and coordination activities that are going to help you connect the dots in your life in 7 different areas. It's going to take you from only being able to see the negative things, what's not going well, what's not working, and helping you to find a door where previously you have only seen a wall. It's going to help you discover what it is that you truly want in life. That way you can be targeted in your goals and actually get to the finish line. Not only is it going to help you discover what you want, it's actually going to help you create those actionable steps, those goals, and even small actions like we're talking about here in this video that you can start today in order to take yourself from point A to point B. And the other workbook that I would highly suggest for you is the Limiting Beliefs Workbook. This workbook is going to help you to work on your mindset. It's going to help you identify limiting negative beliefs that are stopping you from taking action, stopping you from seeing opportunities that are already there for you, and help you to shift your mind, adopt new beliefs, which is going to help you take new action. Those new actions will develop into new habits, and you already know your habits make up your lifestyle. So if you're trying to shift and change and transform your life and your lifestyle, these are the two workbooks that I would suggest for you. I'm going to link them in this video. You're also going to find them in the description box below. So go ahead and check out those resources. While you're down there checking them out in the description box, if you haven't already, make sure you hit the subscribe button so you don't miss any future videos, along with that bell icon. And in the meantime, in between time, here are 2 more that YouTube thinks that you would enjoy.